Okay. Well then, once again, hello everyone, it's your fair programming error that just refuses to be fixed code here. And I am back with Minecraft. Neon, congrats on being first. You focus on wrapping up your own stream, though. You're still very busy with Limbus Company. Now, I have to apologize for something as we jump in. I neglected to do the AFK stuff this time around. I am very sorry about that. It just, you know, it happens. Sometimes I am just like that. Appreciate the lurk. So, yeah. That means not much to see here. Notification still had Genshin? Did it? Weird. Let me check. Huh. Yeah, that is very weird. Well, I guess that's something worth complaining about then. Not much I can change about that now though, since the notification is already out. $78. Can you believe we've been going for that long already? Absolute insanity. Alright, and I forgot to grab new pants last time around. I feel like I definitely need to wear pants when doing this stuff. It is of vital importance that I wear a pair of pants. How about these ones? That'll do. Okay, how are we doing in terms of building materials? Definitely need more. Let's see. I'm also gonna take these because I know I'm gonna need them. Okay, chiseled, right? Yes. Let's grab a stack more of the chiseled. Actually, 2. And then let's grab some sand. Let's grab 3 stacks of those. And with that, I think we can get to work. So, the room layout, right? We need to figure out how to most appropriately handle that. I also need to put some more stuff in here, because right now this is very empty, obviously. It is obviously still very empty. We'll get to it. We need to put a few things on here, maybe a few things behind the counter, and then it'll look a lot better. And again, there will be a doorway over here later. Also, I have made a decision, because I can't extend indefinitely in this direction, because I can't go over the farm. Because the farm needs access to the sky, I realized. Which means the corridor here will be limited. In fact, let me see how many rooms I can even do here. So we decided this is like the standard length, which was what, like how many blocks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 9 by 10, I think, is what we decided. So if that is the 10, and then here's a 1, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, which would be a gap. So there'll be some kind of additional room here. And a wall. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then a wall. Yes, so we can fit On average, 3 rooms, minus this segment, which will have something else. So that's 3 rooms, 3 rooms. So normally 3 rooms on either side, and then we run into a problem. So this means the corridor will then extend, and it will have like multiple rows. And I think I'll have it go in both directions as well. So we have this main hallway, which will always branch off into 2 different sides, which will have the rooms. Which means... yeah. Which means this is gonna be where the wall goes. Right, so we have our 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 room. Yep. Which definitely seems big enough for a hotel room. Like, that's definitely enough room to get some nice little character aesthetics in. But one more thing I will actually do is I will round the corners, I've decided. I kind of did it over here. I'm just gonna do it the other way now. So essentially, we'll have corners like this. This does not at all cause any problems with the room, because this would be hidden from inside anyway. And it just makes everything look a little bit more rounded and nice. And then I can maybe put some pots in the corners or something. Which would mean, again, if I do this corridor, then this would go. Once again, I am breaking stuff I previously built. Way to go, me. Just keep on building stuff only to break it. That's how we do things around here. Kind of funny how you can just see the slight discoloration down here now. Okay. This would be the 1, 2, 3, 4. No, this one is wrong. Okay. So then, all of this gets removed. And this all needs to be readjusted accordingly. So that goes around here. Another bend this way. And then over here. Perfect. Which would then mean the wall continues around here. Like that. Same thing here. One, 2, 3. This way. That way. This also feels like a nice open area because of this. Maybe I'll do like something in the middle here. I'm not sure what it would be. Maybe like put like some kind of carpet in here. We'll see how I do it. I'm not entirely sure about that yet. But we will get to it when we get to it. Okay. I'll use these because they break quicker than the slabs. Unlock these. Okay, so now we can get a little bit of a look at how this might all play out. I still haven't finished the entrance hall, and here I am, getting to work on this part. Again, you'd think I'd finish the lobby first before doing this. No, I actually like how this opens up. And I definitely think the rounded corners are the way to go here. Okay. Here's little slabs, please and thank you. Okay, so let's see. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then this would be the wall. I'm gonna mark this out a little bit here. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. Then next up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then a wall. And I'm not sure, this would be some kind of utility room probably, because I can't construct a regular room in here unless I specifically construct one that would benefit from having some kind of weird hill in the floor. I'll think about it, And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Which would then have the wall be here, which perfectly finishes off right before we would get across the farm territory. So that works. Okay. And I think at the end of the corridor I could have like a small little seating area with like... We have 4 blocks to work with, so that would be like a double 2-block like desk with like a chair on either end or something. Or I could round to the end a little bit. Then I would only have 2 blocks to work with. I could make like a little couch in the corner in that case. Yeah, that works, I think. Little couch in the corner or something. I'll think of what exactly that entails once I have a better idea of how the hallway itself is gonna look. For now, let's get most of the work done here. I hate when this happens. Also, by the way, I should play it safe and make sure... Okay, this is not set to a combat spell. Good. Again, you never know when I might accidentally misclick, so having my book set to a non-destructive spell is definitely the way to go. Don't give me those, I need those. And also, I've decided I will not make the doors to the rooms be like a central double door. Because it's just hotel rooms, it's gonna be single doors, and there'll be like corners, so to say. So we have like... Should be 1 or 2 away from the wall is the thing I'm not sure about yet. So should it be like... boom, door, or at least 2? I think it's better to have at least 2. So then here would be the door. And then it continues. Right? Like this. And we go all the way over here. Whoops. Again, I hate these misclicks, but what can you do? Nothing, that's what. So like this, right? And you go into the room and then you have like your view here like that. Yeah, I think that works. So basically 2 over. So 1, 2, then this would be the door. I hate this. This is one of those situations where I would benefit from being able to click like this and place a block. But of course, here it doesn't work. So I have to jump down. Neon, thank you for the raid. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What do you mean haircut raid? Anyway, hi, hello. How was stream? How was stream? Hope you had a fun Limbus time. Yeah, perfectly cutting it off here to cover it up. And then this would be the wall again. Haircut. I'm not sure I want a haircut. So up to here. And then a wall, I think, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, so the next block here is the wall. Cutting it very close. You wouldn't get it. Of course I wouldn't get it. Because I'm mostly lurking during the Limbus streams. Partially because, like, I don't know. I feel like even if I was doing more than just lurking and paying some amount of attention, I wouldn't, even if I was paying full attention 100% of the time, I still feel like I would be lost because I haven't been there from the start. There we go. Oh, I never said that. That is not what I said. I just said that I am a bit lost sometimes. And I still need to figure out if this is going to be some kind of utility room or if I can make use of this hill that would be in the room. Some age. I am sorry. There we go, there we go. Jaren force you to watch 48 hour lore dump. Oh no. Well, it can't be worse than the FNAF lore. It will absolutely be a lot more comprehensible than that. So, you know what? Considering how much time I was able to invest into FNAF lore dumps, I feel like I should be able to handle the Limbus Company one as well. Okay, let's see. So if we're then going the other way, right? That would mean... this, then 1, 2, then this would be the doorway. Just so I have this correct in my mind. Yes. Because here, wall. Okay. And continuing on. This 1, 2 doorway. This 1, 2, and then here's the doorway. Okay. Yeah, that works. Now, how am I gonna round it off at the back? I think Persona. If I go like this, yeah, that can work. And then just have it round off like this. Probably, right? And I'll have to add like something back here. I'll probably have like a tiny little seating area or something. Yeah, seating area works for me, I think. Alright. Yes, I know I need to play Persona 3. I know. But, you know, 100 line and everything takes priority for obvious reasons. And I can't stop that. Can't stop, won't stop. 100 line is too important. I still can't believe that the walls here are an incredibly, super, ultra cheap material, and then we have the floor, which is like super expensive. 5 has to offer. I mean, fair enough, I guess. You really want me to play strikers and Tacticia, yeah. And currently this is gonna look very plain. Oh, we're gonna add to it. We're gonna add to it. Don't you worry. Okay, let's grab some stairs. And let's get to the annoying part of this. Tacticia. Also, hello Gabe! Yes, we're vibing with the Persona OST. There we go. And Bones, hello to you as well. I need more sand. And I still need to figure out what to put on top of the counter and behind the counter. Because again, currently it's still a bit empty. But that'll change, like once the area around the counter looks a bit better, I think we're good. And maybe I'll have like a little bit of a carpet like going towards the counter. That could also be a nice thing. You come in and there's like a little bit of a carpet like here in front. That might be bad. I hate sand. It's coarse and rough. It gets everywhere. So now 4 right now. Ooh, nice. So only because of Gabe and Gabe shows up, it's perfect. Alright, let's see. I can't make origin grass, I'm pretty sure, which is sad, so I'm gonna have to grab more of that if I really want it. But for right now, I just need more sand. A lot more of it. 5 stacks. Let's work with this. How's the hotel going? Oh, it's going. Again, the lobby still could use a little bit more work. Mainly again, the area behind the counter is still very empty. Other than that, I'm liking the way this is going. Again, there will be a doorway here later that will lead to a restaurant area, so this wall being a bit empty isn't really that much of a problem. But if I add like a little carpet and something along the counter, I think I'm relatively happy with the lobby. I'm still playing with the idea that Spinne had about like maybe having like a glass ceiling window with some furniture. Not furniture. I can't talk anymore. I am stupid. My brain is turning into mush. With some foliage up above. So I might work on that. Like glass ceiling window with foliage could work as well to liven things up a bit more. Hotel, one of my old worlds. It is always a fun thing, even if you're a single player. Also, hi Jester, we need a TV. I mean, I have a TV. Not in the hotel lobby, to be fair. But I mean, I have a quote-unquote TV here. As you can clearly see. So that's something. I just realized. I could carpet these to make the sofa a little bit more comfortable. But what color to go for? Part of me wants to go for lime, but I don't think I want it to be too vibrant there. Oh, you mean modded? Ah, yeah, that's fair. There are mods like that, that's true. I could look into something like that. Okay, let's see. Something that works with the color scheme. I could just go basic, like black or gray. Let's just try. Also grab the darker gray, because I want to grab a gray that doesn't blend in with the ground, you know? I don't want it to blend in with the ground. I know there's a bit of a distraction from the project I'm working on, but still. Alright, let's see. How about light gray? I mean, I guess that works. Yeah, honestly, I think I don't mind light gray for this. I do think just cloaking that, just like covering that thing with carpet definitely increased the comfort levels. I'll keep the carpet on me for the time being. I definitely don't think I'll do gray carpet here. But I might as well try it out. Like, how would that look? Like, if I had, like, you come in here and there's, like... How would that look? I don't know about that one. Toby's carpet posting could actually foreshadow something in Delta Room, but I won't spoil it. Yeah, hopefully. I would hope that there aren't going to be any spoilers here. Right, I need to make more stairs. Let's do that. Make like half a stack. Don't take too long to play it. Again, it's tempting to just wait for the full release. It is very tempting to just wait, because maybe by the time the full game releases, I'll have forgotten the early spoilers that I was given through YouTube thumbnails. Copium. But it is annoying, because to this day, I still click not interested on every single video I get related to Deltarune. And yet the algorithm has still not caught on to the fact that I do not want to see Deltarune videos. Oh, how sophisticated the YouTube algorithm is, right? Doesn't matter how many times you say not interested, it just keeps suggesting that stuff to you anyway. Yeah, my luck is definitely not working out too well. Also, I'm gonna have to get creative with this, because I just now realized another mistake with this area. That is that the back will be a different wall, but I can cover that up with panels, which will make the room like 2 pixels smaller than the others, but I think that's manageable. Especially because this one is just gonna be like a unique case anyway, but it is still gonna be a problem for like this corner here in the next room. I'll figure something out. Also, I feel like it's safe to say that most people would want me to prioritize the, getting rooms for the Dokis, right? I think that that is probably gonna be like a top priority that everyone's gonna have. Make room for the Dokis first. Which, you know, fair enough. I can see why. Because that is at least my thought process for a lot of this. So in all likelihood, this first corridor will feature rooms for the 4 Dokis plus 1 or 2 other characters. I'm not sure if it's 1 or 2 yet, because I'm not sure if I can turn this into a proper room. Gonna have to think real hard about that one. Also for this room, I can probably hide this wall by just putting something in the corner here. So that won't be much of a problem. Again though, for this room, that's gonna be a whole nother story. if I turn it into a room, which, as I keep saying over and over again, I would have to think of a waifu that would benefit from having a giant hill in the room. Boom. There we go. Good progress. You know, I'm thinking about these particles, right? Do you think if I do a room for Monica, it would benefit from having just like random enchantment table characters spill from the ceiling? I wonder about that. Anyway, obviously all the literature club girls need to have some bookshelves in their rooms, that much is obvious. For Sayori, I can probably try to take some inspiration from Sayori's room from the game, because it's actually visible. For Yuri, I can see myself putting like a little rack of item frames in there, make it like a knife rack, because I'm pretty sure knives are a thing that we have. Yup. So yeah, I could make like a little knife rack. That would be nice. And... For Monica, I guess... Again, I do like the idea of having like particles floating in and stuff. Like have it be a little bit more... I don't know how to put it. But yeah, with the particles that would be nice. Maybe even give her access to an enchantment table for all I know. I don't know, it just feels like it would kind of fit the vibes and all that. And obviously for Natsuki, a whole bunch of cute pink things and stuff. I don't know how I would make Natsuki's room feel particularly anime-ish. Because I'm not sure there's a lot of stuff I could do for like anime merch type materials or anything. I'll come up with something eventually. I'm sure. But yeah, I can use panels like these to cover up the back wall here too if I need to. Yeah, no, that does not help with placement. Anyway, that is decent progress. Damn it. I managed to adjust something I built last time to fit more properly with what the layout is gonna be like. I also have just like a better idea of what the layout is gonna be like now, in general. And we'll soon have finished like the first corridor, which will have rooms. I am just gonna say it's gonna have rooms 1 through 6. So you're gonna come in through here, then you have this very long corridor and have occasionally like these offshoots, which will probably have 6 rooms on either side. I think that's how I'm gonna do it. So that would mean one chunk of this is 12 rooms, and if I extend it, I add another 12 rooms. I think we can do it like that, right? 12 rooms per segment with like 6 on either side. Works for me, works for me. Maybe add a little something here still, because as I was playing with the idea of like a seating area. However, yeah, that's gonna go up to here, so I can't do an indent if there's gonna be a room there. That is not gonna work. There's probably just gonna be excess decoration over here. Hang on, I'm trying to think. Because I was also playing with the idea of having like an aquarium built into this wall, right? What if I make it like a deeper aquarium with a dividing wall in the middle so you can't quite see into the room and have the aquarium be part of a character's room, but then I need a character who's good with fishes. But I feel like that could work. Right? So that way this hallway won't look as empty, and I also have an idea of what could go into the room over here. Yeah, no, I can imagine that working out quite well. I still wish I could put a sign here, but I can't because of this. And yes, I know I could move this inwards, so the trapdoors are on the inner line of this block, which actually would close it off a little bit nicer here. But then I don't think I can place lily pads on them, right? Actually, now I need to test that. Hang on. So let's say, just hypothetically, I place water here. Right? Could I put a lily pad there? I can. It does kind of overlap with the thing, though, in that case. Still, I think that might actually be better here. Just so I can put signs here, because I do think signs would look better here than item frames. Let's try it. Like that. See, it closes off a little bit more nicely here in that case, because it's like actually connected around the corner. It all depends on how it looks with the lily pad. That actually isn't too bad. Okay, you know what? We're doing it. That seals the deal. There we go. Gonna take these back and bring up some signs later. Doesn't change much about how this looks. Oops. Come on, please. There we go. Doesn't change much about how this looks, and now I can add signs to the sides. Okay. There's a slight little adjustment over here in the lobby area. What the fuck did I do here? Oh, some kind of moron at work over here, it seems. There. That's how that's supposed to go. Okay. As for the floor in each room, I can kind of decide that based on each one's individual likings. I'm not sure if it should have, like... Again, floor and ceiling doesn't matter. The walls kind of have to be the same, although I can alter them with panels if I need to. Trying to decide what the floors in the actual rooms are gonna be like now, because I'm not sure that should be the same stuff as outside. For now, let me grab some oak signs, some planks, some more chiseled quartz, and some more sand. And then let's also grab I think dark oak doors are probably the best ones to use here. Again, about the floor, I will decide as I get to it, because I'm not sure yet. But we'll figure it out. Come on. Panels. There it is. Well, that's plenty. Should hopefully be enough to last for a while. But now I can at least finish off the actual exterior of the corridor. There we go. Again, I'm gonna add some plants in here, like probably diagonal, maybe across the rooms always, that could work. And then a small seating area and probably a small painting over here. Works for me. Anyway, before I forget. Yeah, that does look much better. Right. That does look better than the item frames. Whoops. Right. I cannot fly. I could have just leapt back up, honestly. I should make use of that more now that I have the ability. Okay. Not too shabby. We're getting some work done here. But now I really need to think. And you really need to think about what to do for the floor in the rooms. Okay, I definitely did forget how far up that leap sends me. That is pretty high. Okay, for now let's see in the other direction. So that's 1, 2, 3. Right, no, wall. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wall. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wall. And I think immediately after the wall we have like this area here. Pretty sure that's how I had it on the other side. Let's see. Let's double check that. So it's 1, 2, wall, and then the indent. Perfect. Okay, so I was able to mirror it. Gee, I know how to mirror stuff. Imagine that. I'm not sure how many rooms I should plan for at first, because I know there's a crap ton of waifus, right? I think for now, if I build 2 of these segments, that would account for 24 waifus. That should be a decent starting point, right? So for now, account for 24 of them. That's not gonna be enough for everything, especially if we're adding the mob waifus, but it'll get me started. I also realized some of the mob waifus will not even be able to escape their rooms. In fact, in order to get them in there, I'm probably gonna have to break stuff to maneuver them here. Because I have to summon all waifus in the entrance hall, and some of them don't fit through doors, so I'm gonna have to break stuff just to get them to their rooms. From which point forward, they're gonna be locked in there. At least the hallways are big enough. Yeah, these hallways should definitely be big enough for any type of waifu. Like even the spiders, which are some of the bigger ones. In fact, I can test that. Yeah. It's easily possible to fit through everything. 2 blocks wide, so again, and 3 blocks tall. Wow. But yeah, definitely fits through the hallways, no problem. I say no problem, but... I mean, again though, you're 2 blocks wide. It's a little bit of a trick of perspective, because the legs can clip into the walls. But if we're just looking at it visually, then yeah, it seems like a pretty tight fit, all things considered. But, you know, if it works, it works. And I guess since I did transform into the Spooder, I might as well stay as the Spooder for a little bit. Just gonna mark this for myself. So I know. Why does this always happen? And there it goes again. Gonna have to take a quick swim down there in a second to fetch some lost materials. Okay, so that's a room here. And here. 10, and this is the wall. So that's perfect. There we go, might as well. You know the hotel is gonna be big because we're already outside of beacon range again. Man, I keep overestimating the beacon range. I constantly think the beacon would last further than this. Huh. Anyway, let's take a quick swim. Now I'm in range again. Okay, so even the furthest away rooms are still in beacon range, just not fully in beacon range. Like, as long as you stay at the... what is this? At the western wall of the room, you will have the beacon effects active even if you're far away. Again, I could have just flung myself. Why do I keep doing this? I need to get used to the fact that I can fling myself now. Alright, let's get doors in position. So those are over here, which means 1, 2, and then over here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. There we go. Alright. And then we have the layout. Yeah, no, that's decent. Definitely better than just having like one super long corridor like I planned initially. Right, we can all agree it's better to have like this system of like multiple side corridors. Because otherwise, if you have a room at the very, very back, you're gonna be walking forever. I absolutely shouldn't have ever even thought that that was a smart idea. Also, I just realized being taller might actually make placing the blocks here a bit nicer. So, yes, I will. Absolutely. Actually, no, I can't. We gotta be OSHA compliant if we're doing this, so I gotta be a little bit smaller. Which I think is still like 2.5 blocks. Yeah, that's still a little bit taller than default. But I gotta wear the safety hat. I gotta wear the safety hat, so cave spider waifu it is. I can't be building as the spider waifu because no safety hat. Can we all agree that I did the right thing by transforming again here? I think we can. Ooh. Okay, here we are. Made it to the corner. And we're out of stairs. What am I doing here? That's already placed wrong. This already needs to curve. Which means like this. And then over like this. In fact, I think it's better if I make this curve here and make this curve like that, because then it won't... it will still try to connect no matter what. I just hope it won't connect. Because I know when you're in a corner situation like that, stairs can be a little finicky. But they won't be finicky if they're facing opposite ways from the start. So there we go. I avoided the finickiness. So now we make our way back. Can't wait to start asking the question of would you stay at the Waifu Hotel? And the answer would be a resounding no, because I'm not waifu. Or maybe you'd say no because there's no way to ever go outside and see the sky again. Which, to be fair to me, would be a massive plus. Really? 2 off. It's amazing how far over the edge I can go with this. Again, I can go so far over the edge. Oh god. Still gotta be careful to get around corners. Can't believe I am almost done. Okay. Corridor. Segment 1. Honestly, I think I'll finish my corridor for, what did I say I planned for? 24 rooms, right? Yeah, before I work on the individual rooms, I'll make sure the corridor is standing and the outline is standing for every room. And then I can figure out what the rooms are actually gonna be like. I think it's smarter to do it that way, because now I'm already in like... Ow. I'm already like in the groove for building these. So I might as well keep it up. Also, I need more sand. Here's the question. I can't fit through there no matter how hard I try, right? Yeah. Ironic, because cave spiders are one of the smallest mobs in the game and can fit through even half-block gaps, and now I can't even fit through a double door. It is actually tragic. You know, let's give the zombie a little bit of a chance. Also, I gotta check on the garden semi-regularly, just in case a bunny spawns in. In fact, let's check it now. Because I gotta get a rabbit's foot at some point, you know? Don't have one yet, really need. Squirrel, chicken. And it sounds like a crow somewhere as well. Ah, there. Okay. So nothing I need. In that case, back to work. Whoops. Oh, God. Okay, controlling this ability is still a little bit tough sometimes. But it works. Anyway, back to our construction morph, because obviously... Again, safety hat is a requirement. We want to be OSHA compliant for this. Last thing we want is to incur some kind of OSHA violation. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just gonna double check that that is in fact what we had for these rooms. Also, Hikathon, how's it going? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes. Look at me go. Okay. Careful now. Fling myself right there. I really need to get better control of this spell, but it's just such a good mobility spell. Like, how can I not use it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's how big the rooms are gonna be for the hotel. Okay. Which means... There we go, slowly float back in here. Ooh, right, I should also fill that up. Okay. But yeah, I've worked on some of the spells. Today's mod, I announced it yesterday actually. It's Young's Better Desert Temples, I think was the one I added today. Okay. Jump. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then wall. 9 wall. Yeah, just X making double and triple sure that that's correct. So now I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 again. And then it actually goes around like that. Oh, come on. I have to fling myself down, otherwise I take fall damage. Because the Greater Leap spell also gives me slow fall, which nullifies fall damage, obviously. Because otherwise I would be killing myself over and over again by using this spell. Speaking of, I really should figure out some other spells to make at some point. Again, there is a spell that I think I can make which would be really good for killing the Ender Dragon, but... I mean, eventually I'll figure some stuff out. For now, let's stick with Greater Leap. That's the only spell I should really be using in my base. Anything else is just way too destructive. Like, I don't even gotta talk about Mining Blast. Everyone should be perfectly aware of how much that stuff can destroy. Okay. I hate that. Let me fling myself down there. Alright, Greater Leap. Back up. Oh. And back down. I keep having to dunk myself downwards if I use that spell because it just goes up so high. Okay. And again, remember, for construction purposes, I keep saying it, we need to be OSHA compliant, which is why we're using the only, I think it's the only identity, at least the only identity we have, that has the safety hat. Pretty sure that the cave spider is the only one that is following OSHA regulations with the hat. With the construction hat. It is necessary. Cave spiders know what's up, I guess. Even though they are the most annoying mob to deal with in the game. At least when it comes to construction, they are decent. Except for the fact that they're way too big. 2 by 2 blocks wide and 2.5 blocks tall. That is just insane. Like, how are you ever supposed to get into, like, tiny nooks and crannies during construction with those kinds of measurements? Right, just, whoa, carefully float in here. And let's get to work on the floor again. Again, I keep saying I want to finally add create. And then I constantly hype myself up for it, and I still didn't add it, even though I've been playing with the idea of adding it yesterday. Honestly, at this point, I think create will get added after stream 80, but pretty soon after it. I think that's fair. I think for stream 79, I'm just gonna add another one of Young's mods. Probably Young's Better Ocean Monuments. I think that one would be next on my list. And then, obviously, for stream 80, we're gonna have, like, the chat's choice, which is friends and foes. And then for 81, I think at that point I have to add create. Like, I've been dancing around adding the mod for way too long. I think for 81 I should really finally add it. I think we can all agree that it's about time. Again, for the time being, just so I can get some stuff done, for the time being, I'll just set this to be a hotel with 24 rooms. 24 for the time being, more to be added later, which is why the corridor will, for the time being, end here. Which I think is fair. And let's face it, 24 is still quite a number of rooms to design. Like, it's not like I'm doing the same room 24 times. I have to design 24 unique rooms. What the fuck am I doing here? All designed to fit the respective waifu that is contained within. That's gonna be a bit of a challenge. I'm really gonna have to use my what little bit of creativity I have. I gotta use all of it. And I really need to make sure I know the lore of all the characters accordingly. So I can do a decent job of making the rooms as accurate as possible. Again, for some of them, I have a little bit of an advantage. Because let's take Sayori, for example, because... again, if you have a character whose room whose canonical room is shown in some kind of material, like in the case of Sayori, then it's pretty easy to just say I'm gonna base the hotel room off of their actual room. But then you have character like the other Dokis, whose rooms you have never seen other than mods, so there is that. Coach. I mean, you can suggest it, chances are no one will upvote that stuff, because let's face it, no one on the server has any idea who I am. Except for maybe the fact that they know a few of my suggestions, and even Sea Apples and Zelda Crafter, the developers of the mod, even they usually appreciate my suggestions, but doesn't change the fact that barely anyone has any clue who I is. So I don't think that would get a lot of upvotes. Again, I have to say, right now it looks pretty empty, right? We can all agree. Obviously, it looks very empty. That's gonna change. But I do say, I think I am pretty happy with the color palette I picked. Like, the block palette isn't that bad. The block palette suits it pretty decently. Yeah, but that's all pretty selfish. I mean, hey, worst case, you're just not gonna get a lot of votes. The only thing you have to lose is, having the cooldown, obviously, before making your next suggestion. Hang on a second, if the rooms expand that way... Yeah, actually... I just barely won't. Once the hotel gets expanded to a third corridor, we will officially have rooms that are above the sky. That'll be fun. Imagine checking into the hotel and being told, oh yeah, your room is literally above the sky. Have fun. Huh. Okay. I did not realize that the walls here line up perfectly with the log bar thingy. Interesting. Probably is only that one, right? I doubt that one lines up. Yeah. That's the only place where it lines up. Okay. And there we go. It's gonna be a pretty sizable project, don't get me wrong. In fact, yeah, looking at how that's gonna go over here and around here. It's not as big as the farm, but I think it might be about as big as the farm was initially, maybe. I think that's an accurate assessment. And that's just the actual hotel room area, nothing to, not even mentioning that there's gonna be a massive restaurant over here. I don't even know, it might be very big. Again, if the idea I have in my head is actually gonna work out. That'll be the case. I mean, makes sense. Imagine being able to romance yourself, wouldn't that be fun? I don't think the playlist has broken yet so far. Interesting. Well, let me just double check that all the tabs are properly loaded in. You really want to jinx it? Okay, okay, okay. We got that big hotel energy here. Okay, gonna need more chiseled quartz slabs. Let's get to work. Actually, I might as well already do the thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10. Which would mean the wall is right here. Yup. Accurate. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Which would mean wall is right here. Which looks accurate. I still need to chop these down. I'll do that in a bit. Before I push that off any longer. I think the next time I run out of materials, I'll take a quick break to chop down the trees. I knew it would do that again. Keeps giving me the wrong slabs. Boom. Progress. That wall here. Wall here. And a wall right here. Then 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Come in from the opposite side, fill this up. There we go. Okay, for now this is gonna be a pretty hard corner, not a rounded corner, because this is for now the end of the hallway. Means again, this is for now all gonna be closed off like this. And here this is just gonna be 1 and 2. Okay, we're slowly starting to get an idea of this. Slowly starting to get an idea of the size. And I do mean slowly. Ow. Let's start. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wall here. And then I'm out of materials. Which means, as already kind of previously stated, it's time to chop some trees. These trees have done what they needed to do. So they are now getting relieved of duty. Oh wow. That took longer than I expected. No, I can't squeeze in there. To be fair, I'm not doing construction work right now, so I don't need to be OSHA compliant, so... Which waifu should we be? Do we stand on business? Do we want to give the zombie more of a chance? Go back to classics with the creeper? Maybe the skeleton? Alright, Enderman it is. Back on business. Honestly, I gotta say, if I were to have one of the waifus placed in, like, the entrance hall at the reception desk, which they won't be, they will all be in their rooms. But if I had to pick a waifu to man the reception... I mean, come on. That just screams business. You gotta have a professional at the front desk. You are a tree, you know. Oh, but it only counts as a tree from here, apparently. I guess that one block was a bit too disruptive. And to be fair, this is one of the bigger ones. Okay, is it just me or are we getting a repeat of tracks? That's why a little bit ago I checked to make sure that we actually had everything loaded. But even though I checked and all the extra playlists are loaded, we aren't getting any playlist crashes, but we are certainly getting repeats. You know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna jump at a random point in the playlist. Let's go into the... 700s, the 900s. Let's go into the 700s. And again, by the way, just a reminder, this is with me having the playlist open in multiple tabs to ensure that every part of the playlist is getting loaded. I guess it's still not a decent enough solution because, wow, YouTube playlists really do suck ass. We're getting quite a bit of transwood here. I do wonder if that might actually be useful for some of the rooms. Could be. Could be, could be, could be. You can tell that you're definitely not supposed to be able to get infinite transwood, because none of these have dropped a single sapling. But hey, if I have access to the saplings an infinite amount of times, then why wouldn't I make use of it? Anyway, there's one more tree to chop, and that's this one. Whoops. Ah, same problem again, huh? Okay, now it counts as a tree. But it'll be gone any second now. But I did realize something right there. I'm gonna have to check inside real quick. Because I know there's a wall, but it might have connected to something inside diagonally. I'm pretty sure this when it comes to tree chopping, it can connect diagonally, and that might go through walls because of it. So we're gonna go inside in a moment, just to double check that the interior wasn't damaged. Hup. Huh. Damn it. Eventually my aim with this stuff will get better, okay? Trust. Ah, right. Too tall. Looking good over here. And that stuff seems to be out of range anyway, so that's fine. I'm still not sure if I should leave these things or get rid of them, because I don't mind the particles in here, but I kind of don't want them in the actual hotel. Anyway, let's start placing some stuff. What waifu is that? The one I just turned into? I'm currently the zombie. Yeah, zombie. It's a lot of transwood. What do transwood planks look like? Nothing too out of the ordinary. I'm not sure if that's something I want to use. Or like Brazilian Hatsune Miku. You'd laugh, but I know Brazilian Hatsune Miku is in this mod too. And might have been a heavy inspiration for the zombie waifu, most likely. Because Hatsune Miku is in here, and I know Brazilian Miku is one of her alternate skins. Maybe I'll just put Miku with the Dokis, but then there's still one more room that needs to be occupied. Anyway, let's fetch some materials. And I guess I'll deposit all of this. It's enough for 2 stacks. 2 stacks won't be enough. I'm gonna need at least that. Yeah. Miku more in the channel? I saw. I always like more Miku. I'll have to check it out. I mean, imagine that, right? Hatsune Miku in a rhythm game? Impossible. Unimaginable. Okay. Since we're coming back to the construction site, that means we gotta be OSHA compliant again. Which means construction hat comes on. Dum, 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 dum. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wall. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And wall. Yes. More to turn yourself really small and then chisel and bits. Yeah, no, I agree. Chisel and bits is great. I do have to check if chisel and bits is on this version, but I do remember that chisel and bits is great for a lot of stuff. And yes, if I can shrink myself down a lot. What about immersive portals? Is that on this version? Because I know immersive portals also definitely allows you to shrink yourself. In fact, I think with immersive portals you don't even need chisel and bits to build something tiny. Immersive portals just allows you to do that. I'm pretty sure at least. I'm gonna have to look more into it though. But yeah, chisel and bits is in 119. Okay, good. That's at least one thing taken care of. There we go. The thing is, I can leave a 1-block gap here because I can't fall through that gap anyway. So if I just build a second row, I essentially have a 3-block wide area I can walk on. Another benefit of the cave spider. We're not just OSHA compliant, but we also have more space to walk on. Stop giving me these. I need these. Oh, seamless transitions when going through a portal. Yes, I know. I know. But isn't that also the mod that lets you connect portals anywhere? Like, I could walk through this corridor and walk into an entirely different area without noticing. Like, there could be a portal here that leads into another area across the world that just happens to look the exact, and it would be a seamless transition. And I'm pretty sure with that mod you can also change in size. If you enter a large portal and come out of a smaller portal, then you will actually be smaller. That is a different mod? Huh. I thought that was immersive portals as well. Anyway, you know which one I mean. You know which one I mean, right? Ah, it's fabric. Damn. Yeah, I can't use fabric. I think there's some kind of... but isn't there some kind of API that allows you to use fabric mods on Forge? I think there is something for that. I'll have to look into it. Maybe I can make it work. Maybe I can make it work, but I can't say for sure. There's a Forge version. Even better, then I don't have to look into stuff. I like not having to look into stuff. Can you believe it? We're almost done with the corridors. And by that I mean, like, the actual structure of the corridors, not actually like the interior design of the corridors. And by almost done, I mean we haven't even really started much work on the panels on the ceiling. Always backup your existing worlds when adding a new mod. I constantly make backups. Like, okay. I don't do it perfectly constantly. At this point, I do it like basically every other stream. Even though I really should be making a backup every stream, let's face it. Considering that due to the uncertain nature of how compatible mods may be, I really should be playing it extra safe with the backups, I know. However, I have a habit of just being like, eh. It's especially bad because, you know, I just had to clean up my storage a little bit more. But to be fair, I can always delete past backups. I only need like one backup at a time, let's face it. Like, what are the chances that I'm ever like, oh, I gotta load a backup, but the previous backup will also have this problem, so I gotta roll back at least 2 or 3 backups. That's never gonna happen. And if it does, I'm gonna be upset either way. Whether there is a backup there or nah. But yeah, I did clean up all my backups except for one after the previous stream. And again, I have like around roughly like, what was it, 70 gigs of space on my main drive. And should I ever run into the problem where I'm like, okay, things are really getting tough now, you know what I'll do in that case? I'll just take Minecraft and push it onto my secondary drive. It was 69, yeah, I cleaned up a little bit more. You want to know something interesting, though? There was some point where I moved stuff into the recycling bin, and the simple act of moving stuff into the recycling bin actually caused me to have less space. Like, I was like at 72 gigs, moved something into the recycling bin, and then I suddenly only had like 71.5 gigs of space. I was like, wow, really? Really now? My storage space went down after I moved it to the recycling bin. Well, that was something. But yeah, again, worst case scenario, if I run into the position where I'm like, okay, because let's face it, this world is gonna keep eating space more and more. Like, for one, because obviously more mods are in here, but for another, because the more I explore, the bigger the world file itself will be, due to the map size. And at a certain point, I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet and say, okay, I can't run Minecraft on the same drive as my operating system anymore, and I'll move it to the other one. Because I run most of my stuff on my D drive anyway. Like, almost all of my games are on my D drive. Which includes my entire FNF folder. Which, I mean, is obvious considering the difference in storage space between the two. In fact, let me actually check what the difference is. Right. So my C drive has a total of 446 gigabytes of storage, of which I have about 73. And my D drive has 1.81 terabytes of total storage. Which is definitely a bit more. I think 1.81 terabytes is quite a bit more than 448 gigabytes. Sorry, 446 gigabytes. So it makes sense that I have most stuff on my D and not on my C. don't know, 4 terabytes. Well, look at you go. I can probably upgrade my storage at some point should I really feel the need. That's the good part about having a solid PC, you can just remove stuff. Just take stuff out and shove other stuff in. And yeah, that felt like a pretty quotable moment. But yeah, you do have a point, it usually runs better if... It usually runs better if it's on the same drive as your operating system. Obviously. However, I also have to consider, you know, stuff. So just make slabs. Hey, I'm gonna remove this stuff anyway. It doesn't matter if this stuff is slabs or full blocks because it's just temporary. Just so I can get these stupid panels in. Because they definitely need to be placed against something, otherwise, the orientation doesn't work. Like if I try to place them on against each other like this, see? Doesn't work. There we go. Whee! And I mean, look how fast you can break these. That's precisely why I want to use quartz and not the other slabs. Because quartz just breaks basically instantly. Yep. Ow. Alright, let's continue. Facing this way? Yes. There we go. Now we're going this way. Okay, going back up. And going back down. And I overshot, so we're going back up, and then we're going back down. Ow. Anything that dropped down here? There we go. And then there was only one corridor left. Really? This is the problem I have to run into now. There. And I'm gonna run out of panels, obviously. But it's fine, we're almost done. Gonna have to go fetch more materials, though. And let's also put some thought in for this stuff, right? Let's give the skeleton a shot as well. So probably gonna need some flower pots. Definitely gonna need some flower pots, in fact. What else could be put on there? I don't know. This is tough. This is hard. I need more sand. At least I'm basically done with the quartz now. Right, and I need more oak. I don't need that much. So panels. Half a stack should probably be enough, I think. Actually, maybe not. Yeah, I don't know why I thought that would be enough. I mean, it's close, but we need like, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more. Of course. Of course it's 6. Of course it's a number that I can't make. I have to make 8. I can't make 6. So there'll be 2 left over. Shame. Anyway, that's all the wood panels in place. Let's get rid of the quartz. Ow. And... come on. That's the walls done! Like the corridor walls, not the room walls, but again. We're almost done. We're almost done with the corridor itself. Again, structurally speaking. Structurally speaking, we're almost done with the corridor. So that's done, yes. Alright. No! I'm gonna have to go outside to fix that later. Again though, as annoying as it is to place stairs, like this is certainly a lot more annoying than it was constructing the central staircase. But at the same time, while the placement of everything here is more annoying, I do still think I'm having more fun with the project anyway. Probably because it's not as consistently repetitive and material grindy. And because, unlike the stairs, I actually have like it's actually, I don't know where I was going with this. Use your brain for a second, then provide your thoughts. Right. With this thing, it constantly seemed like an insane project with like an almost unreachable goal. Like thinking to go all the way to the build limit. And it also didn't seem, and it still doesn't seem like I'm ever gonna get full use out of that project. But with this project here, I already know exactly like what good it's gonna be. Also, I hope you like getting rickrolled in a remix. I do hope you like the silly. Alright. Don't fall. Okay. But yeah, if, let's say, for example, the Waifu Hotel is finished, right? All the waifus move in. if you had the choice, like for example, say you had to check into the hotel for any reason, you didn't have a choice, you had to, but all the rooms are full and you had to room with someone. Who would you room with? Who would you want to room with? I'm honestly not sure. Natsuki? That is a fair choice. See, the thing is, as much as I like Natsuki, I don't know if I'd be able to survive rooming with her. That's the problem. On the other hand, if I can manage to do her room properly, it will have a bunch of features that I would enjoy myself. Because, again, let's face it, she's gonna have, like, the full-on anime, manga stuffed room. Still have to figure out how to get that across. Alright, she definitely needs a TV in her room. And a desk with a computer, and maybe I'll have to figure out, like, computer quote-unquote. Something resembling a computer, I should say, as close as I can get it with the blocks I have. And for the TV, I'll have to have it... I'll see if I can make it so it looks like there's a console hooked up to it. Again, depends on how well I can do it. Obviously, I don't know yet how well I can pull it off. On the other hand, are there any absolute no-goes as for rooming? Like, what would be the nightmare scenario? I think, speaking of waifus, I would not want to room with under any circumstances. Well, I'm gonna say... Really? Really? I would have said, like... Hey, I'm not a Makima fan, I gotta be honest. I don't think I would room with Makima. Who else? Right, Darkness is just way too horny for my taste. I'm not sure I could stand being locked in a room with her for too long, constantly pushing her masochistic urges around. So I don't think I would like to room with her either. Aqua is constantly self-absorbed. I would probably be stuck cleaning up the room if I were to room with Aqua, so she's out too. And I don't see any benefit to rooming with Aqua either. So those two are out. Makima's out. Power, however, fair. Again, though, with Power, I see the problem of if I had to room with her, then I would be responsible for everything in that room. Cleanup and everything would be entirely up to me, and she would trash the room constantly. I'm not sure I would like to do that. And let's face it, even if I didn't have to room with Power, as long as I was in the hotel, I would run into her occasionally anyway. I don't have to room with someone in order to run into them. Which is why I can say, even though I like Power, rooming with her, That's also why I was a little bit hesitant about Natsuki, because I'm not sure if I can, you know, handle her constantly, as fun as she is. But I think I'd learn to be able to handle her. Just have some video games and manga ready and I'd be fine. Probably. I hope. How many more? 3. And then I'm done. Whew, finally. Okay, that's the corridors. Again, roughly. There's still gonna be stuff added here. Just for interior design purposes. But the corridors themselves are now standing. Now, to get back out of here... There we go. And back to work. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have a little cross shape here. Can I grab that block? Yes, I can. Lovely. I can't grab that if it falls like this. Okay. Ten. Up, down we go. And whoa. Okay. Other side. I guess we'll start over here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What the current track is Shockwave Shuffle Prio from Fighting. Nine. Wall. Oh, come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's why I don't place that. Spinne doesn't even know the playlist. Shame. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, let's grab that stuff. It's also just good for water mobility, I guess. There we go. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Stupid misplacement. Okay, next up this segment. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And over here it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Again, I think it might be Quark that lets me place blocks below, and I really do not like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wall segment here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wall segment here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Just place these in, and then I gotta fetch stuff that fell again. I hate it! Stop letting me place blocks below other blocks, it's annoying! I can probably turn that off somewhere, but I'm too lazy to look. Just zooming across the water. I think I got everything. Okay. Next segment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Thank you. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wall segment. Damn it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then a wall segment. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, gotta fetch what fell again because I'm running low on materials. Though that is not exactly a lot to work with either. Yeah. And I'm out. I mean, it's progress. The framework is slowly starting to show up. Oh, I forgot. I had an extra stair. Okay. Thank you for that. Now I gotta snipe to get into the door. I missed. Okay, I can totally snipe. It's tougher than it looks, okay? Eh! How do I keep missing that? Just be right below it. There we go. Alright, time to fetch materials again. I don't know where I'll put that stuff. I really should have a chest ready for random things I don't necessarily need on me. I mean, everything here is random things, essentially. Oh well. For now, let's get back to work. I keep zooming around, no clue what I'm gonna hit. Again, make sure we're OSHA compliant. There we go. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The last 2 blocks here. That'll be where the corridor continues. Oop. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And wall. This back room actually does kind of go across the sky. Interesting. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wall segment. And it does also take us out of beacon range. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wall segment. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And one more wall segment. Actually, I can leave that in place. Because the corridor is gonna continue there sooner or later. Might as well save myself some of the trouble. Also drops that... anything that drops onto the sky is at least very clearly visible. And there we go. Once this is in place, the framework is done. Yeah, okay, you can definitely see this getting somewhere. Soon the entrance hall won't be visible anymore. The first part of the base, initially it was just this. When I first built the base, it was just this part. And soon it will not be visible on the map anymore at all. We're completely covering up what how the base started. It was only a matter of time, but still, the fact that we've now reached that point, insane. I mean, to be fair, you can still see it if you use the cave view map. So you can select specific vertical chunks and everything. But like, just looking at it from a top-down view, the entrance hall will soon no longer be a thing that you can see. Also, I think it's nice that even though these rooms are getting out of beacon range, as long as you stand in the correct spot, like, if you're standing in the northern half of your room, you'll still get the beacon benefits. So I think if I had to decide who I'm rooming with, I'd also have it based off of, you know, which room I can be in to still get passive regen and all of that. And since the Dokis are gonna be pretty close to the beacon, it makes even more sense that I'd be rooming with Natsuki, honestly. As if that wasn't a good option already. Still hoping and praying for Nazuna to get added. She would be a very fun addition. Speaking of, Season 2 is great, of Call of the Night. Even though I did have a little complaint about it that I voiced on my Discord, and that is that they cut out characters from the manga. In Season 1 a character was completely cut out, and in Season 2 they had a character only appear like in one shot, not even a single line of dialogue, and then they're gone, even though in the manga they played a lot more of a role in the story. It is tragic when stuff like that happens. They can't just cut characters. I mean, I guess they can, but still. Really wish they didn't. Anyway, I can only keep repeating it. Please watch Call of the Night. It's a great show. It is absolutely amazing. Nazuna is peak waifu material. Absolutely, 100% accurate. No questions about it. I also just realized another side effect of the biome change. I kept seeing these particles pop up, and every time I was like, did I just imagine that? And now I realize those particles are just like a passive ambient particle of the mythical forest biome or whatever it's called. Which, I guess will be flying around in a few spots. It's definitely not as intense as like the Spore Blossom particles, so I can manage with those floating around. But it is sometimes a little bit noticeable. Whew. Looks like I'm gonna be running out again in a second. Hooray. And there we go. That's all I can afford. But the walls are almost in. At which point it becomes a matter of like placing stairs again, I realize. And I have to decide. Floor and ceiling designs, right? Again, these rooms can be whatever is necessary for the waifu and everything, so I'm not sure how consistent everything needs to be in there. Like, if the floor needs to be the same in between all the rooms, I don't think it needs to be. Anyway, now I gotta make my way back again. Just stay directly underneath it, that way I'll surely make it. Nope, never mind. I'll surely make it in. Never mind. I'll surely make it in. There we go. Alright, do I have more origin grass? It's not a lot. I'll I'll see what I can do with it. Actually, I can use a few regular grass blocks as well, I think, because the initial part should be covered in the range of the thingy. So let's grab some grass. Also some flower pots. Because I want to experiment with the entrance hall. Some flowering azaleas, maybe. Tulips work, I think. Grab one of every color that I have currently. And some... Okay, what trapdoors would look nice? I guess once again dark oak, much like for the doors. There must be something else I can do. Let's think. Let me actually look at copper stuff real quick. Ah, right, but a lot of the copper stuff, like the copper grates and everything, that's only in future updates, which I don't have access to yet. So I can't use that. Remember, I don't have to use trapdoors because I can just make panels for it. So I can use any block I want. Ugh. Sorry about that. Maybe some of the trapdoor designs wouldn't be half bad. Thank you. Again, dark oak trapdoor, that just works really well. And again, the color scheme would kind of fit considering that's the color scheme for the doors. Let's just make a few of those, I guess, just to see. Plus, if they're not that good, then I can always put them back and get the materials back that I spent. Oh, right. Almost forgot what I originally came here for. I need more material. Also, I'm gonna store this back here for the time being. Actually, I'm gonna need more of these. Don't really need sand bricks. The slabs, I mean. Not gonna need this anymore. Okay, sand. Okay, let's try some stuff out. Again, I still don't know what should be behind the counter at the reception area. There needs to be something back here other than just a painting. Maybe some chests, I don't know. But let's mess around with some of the flowers. What if I just do a simple thing like this? I mean, it helps a little bit. Again, it would probably look better once there's something behind the counter, but you know what? For now, I think that helps a little bit with the look of everything. Also, it's nicer when you're back here and you have something in front like this. Now. Yeah, grass works. At this distance, at least. And then maybe some flowering azaleas. Too high? Not sure if that's almost too much. Oh! You can tell we're leaving the range here. We have a very limited space to work with regular grass. How about... is this still in range? Kind of. Doesn't look the best, but it also doesn't look bad. You know what? I think that works with these. See what I'm going for to liven things up a bit? To have it like in a like crisscross pattern like that. Over here we'll need origin grass. And I'm definitely gonna have to grab more of it. Okay, yeah, no, you can work with this, right? Do azaleas actually still work in the back? Oh yeah, they work. In that case, let me actually... Cheers. Have like the 2 high back there, and then a 1 high here, and then it looks a little bit different, partially also because of the different grass color below it. And then I'll think of something else to add in the middle. But yeah, you can see the vision, and all of a sudden this looks a whole lot less empty. Here. I have just barely enough. A stack was the perfect amount of trapdoors to bring. I mean, obviously I knew this. Obviously I perfectly calculated the exact amount of trapdoors I would need to make in order to fill out the corridors like this. I calculated this. I knew all along how much I needed. So we're good, obviously, on that front. Though I do still need to figure out some stuff for in here. Maybe I'll do like very long. But then it would be very narrow. Like this works because it never comes in from both sides. But you can imagine if this were coming in from both sides, then these corridors would feel so narrow to navigate. So I can't exactly do that over here. So I need to think of something else to fill out the longer corridor. Again, I could just use paintings, but that would be pretty bland. Any ideas? Any ideas for what I could do for the long corridor? Because I am currently clueless. In the meantime, I'll get back to work on the outside. Obviously, getting back to work means being OSHA compliant. Almost done. Almost. We're making such good progress today. Again, when I started the stream, I just had like a rough idea of I want like a corridor in that direction, and that was it. And now the corridors are fully constructed. The walls for the rooms are almost done. I think I can be happy with today's results. At least I don't see any immediate reason to not be happy. Although I once again didn't grab enough materials. Let's have a look from above. Yeah, no, that's starting to look like something. Now once again I need to actually go back inside. Which means... Haha! Got it that time. Alright, let's see. How much of this is still in range? Oh yeah, that's already out of range. Alright, so grass only worked on 2 of these. And that is right here, and right here where you can already see the slight discoloration. Then these 2 are origin grass. I wonder if lush grass works. I'm gonna have to run some experiments. Either way, I'm gonna need to get more grass from outside. Don't need those for now. Don't need that for now. So we're gonna have to go outside a bit. and figure out how to get some more stuff. Again, we can use origin grass should it come down to it. But in that case, I still need to get more origin grass. Which would be quite a trip. So, yeah. Let's go and see what we can find outside. Overworld. Oh, hey! My Wixie. You are my Wixie, right? Yep, I can't attack you, you're my summon. So wait, you're back! You waited for me out here! How fun. How nice. Let me make a quick stop at this house. Excuse me. You do have a bed around here, don't you? One that I could use, maybe? Thank you. Ooh, berry bushes. That's another thing I can plant in there. Again, trying to come up with some stuff that I can... trying to figure out what I can feasibly plant in the corridors. That would look nice. Oh, actually, maps give decent EMC. Oh, right, because you need compasses, obviously, for maps. You know what? Haha, I don't have these yet. Well, good thing I grabbed them. Imagine. Also, hi Rob, do you have any ideas what kind of stuff I can do to decorate some hallways? Would be nice. Alright, Rob, since you're here, do you want to get choice again for waifu? I have a few waifus I can turn into. Spinner was able to suggest something earlier, but now that I'm traveling in the overworld and you just arrived, you know. Monica? Okay, which one? Regular, the dress, or the swimsuit? I have 3 different versions. Swimsuit it is. Got it. Okay. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm far away from lush grass as well at this point. Light spell can be colored. Oh, that is pretty fun then. So does that mean you can also color it rainbow? Whoa. Wow, we generate new chunks and we immediately get hit with a lag spike. That didn't take too long today. Try it. Does it have to be now? This is regular grass, right? Yep, that's regular. Rob, please. My current spell slots are full. I'm gonna have to figure some stuff out. But fine. Apply bounce gets rejected. So, you know what? I'm gonna be very uncreative. Really? I should make it a projectile? I could just make it touch. I'll try making it touch for now. Can I even make the light yet already? Conjure Mage Light. There it is. Then extend time. Cast on a block, a permanent light source is created, may be amplified up to glowstone brightness. Okay, amplify. It doesn't say anything about it not being permanent. I mean, it even says, if cast on a block, a permanent light source is created. So it doesn't even tell me that extend time is necessary. But I added it anyway, just playing it safe. In fact, can I add I can add multiple. Not sure if that's even necessary then. Well, it must do something because mana cost increases. Color picker, rainbow. Wait. I hate it! Now I gotta redo it again. I hate the fact that when I go to apply color, it resets if I didn't already save it. I hate that. Yeah, because I thought, again, I thought I would be able to... I keep thinking that I can set that I only have to save once I'm done creating it. The problem is that apparently picking the color for the spell doesn't count as making the spell. Are you kidding me? Now of all times, I'm enjoying a blue moon here while making a spell. There. Now may I please continue? As Megalovania starts playing, yep. Conjure Mage Light, amplify. Create. Sounds. Sure, whatever. Yep, it is rainbow. Well, I have that at my disposal now. It doesn't hurt. Anyway, I'm looking for grass. Like lush grass or origin grass, not regular ones. Regular grass doesn't work for me anymore. I need the lush variety or the origin variety. Also, I think we're getting less lag spikes again now. Probably because that area was a very mountainous ice area. Is this lush dirt or is that regular dirt still? That's coarse dirt. Premium green stuff because the usual one is no longer enough for me. Have you seen my pocket dimension and what it does to grass? So I need lush grass or origin grass. I could probably find some if I turned back and went to old areas again. But why would I go back to older areas when I can go to new areas? And increase the file size for this thingy even more. Because that's what I need, even more file size. After already running into storage issues. Apparently I may not rest now, because there are monsters nearby. I hear a drowned. Oh, there you are! Actually, I want to try something. Oh my god, yes! Wait. Nope, doesn't work. You're mine. Drink it? I can't. I'm sorry. I would if I could. Wait. Regular dirt, right? Just gotta make sure. Yup. Of course it's regular dirt. A beach? I don't need oceans! Actually, are oceans the thing that lags me out a bit? Huh. Waifu, huh? Yeah, Monica is just too waifu already. Oh, that's a spider hole. That's a Starbuncle. Well, I have their identity now and I know what they look like. Now I know what to do when I see another one. What, is that a new flower? No, it is not. Perma speed if used as a pet. Good to know. West or east? I'm thinking west. Green one. Does it have something growing on it? Yes! Give. Lush dirt? I found it! Okay, I need to know if this grass color is immune to biome coloration. Because if it is, that's insane. And that's exactly what I need. Green tulip, I'll take. The problem is I can't exactly make this stuff. I can only make regular grass. Lush grass, I have to actually farm myself. I can't make more of it in the transmutation table. Which is why it's important that I grab what I can here. Purple tulip. Yellow tulip. Flower patch is not a flower, okay. Mage armor set gives you mana and you can add modifiers like speed. That is pretty good. I'll have to look into that stuff. Again, I've only just gotten started on using the Ars Novo, so I am in the early stages of figuring stuff out. I will get to that stuff, don't you worry. In fact, I had like 2 streams dedicated to Ars Novo, and I felt like I needed to take a step back again and work on the project I started, you know? Which is why today is more so dedicated to the Waifu Hotel. Probably already have you, right? Yeah. Purple? That's a different palm tree than the one I have, I think. So I should grab that too. Let's grab like a stack of lush grass for the time being. I think that should be enough for a while. Yes, 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 yes! It doesn't have EMC, that's the problem. That's why I can make regular grass, I can't make lush grass. Which is also why, partially why I hope that it's unaffected by biome coloration. I know origin grass is unaffected by it, that much I know. But I am hopeful that lush grass is as well. If it isn't, then I'm definitely gonna have to get more origin grass. Hello. Yep, different palm tree from the one I have. Like FNAF. What? Oops. Okay, good. The tree dropped a sapling. I already have this. Huh. Okay, I had it after all. But I didn't have the leaves yet, so I guess there's that. I know I grabbed the leaves for this palm tree. Is that another type? No, that's just the smaller variant of that, right? Right? Yes. I'm playing it safe. I'm chopping this one. Never mind, I don't need to play it safe. I am not chopping this one. Before you complain about leaf placements again, I had to make sure that was in the proper spot. Well, damn. Looks like I am in a bit of a bad position. Maybe I shouldn't have gone west. Maybe I should have gone east. Well, I guess I can go south again along the coast here and see where that takes me. But it will only take me so far before I go back into familiar territory. Now the question is... Oh, hello. The question is, do I chance it and just go blindly out into the ocean hoping I find another origin island? I probably shouldn't, right? I should probably play it safe. Because the chances of finding another origin island are pretty low. I think it's one of the very rare biomes. So I think what I'll do is... I'll travel to World Spawn. I should have grabbed something else with Silk Touch, right? Oh well. Shoulders funny. Love interest that way. We tested. Good. Okay, let's see. Where was Origin Island? I know I found an Origin Island. And since it was an island, it should be somewhere out at sea. I just don't know where. Up here? There it is! Excuse me, but is that a mix of a mushroom island and an origin island just a little bit further out? That's two of the rare biomes mixed together? I mean, it also kind of mixes together here, but still. Okay, where is it? There. Had I gone a little bit further in that direction, I would have found something interesting. But yeah, we had a mushroom island next to an origin island, and then apparently a little bit further off to the side, if I decided to travel further, which I didn't, we had a mix of both. Which, insane, hello? I mean, yeah, it's gonna take a little bit to get there, but it's fine. I'm partially thinking if I should leave a permanent waypoint there. Because I've kind of decided that the only permanent waypoints are the one at my home base and the one at spawn. Other than that, I would keep my waypoints on me in each dimension, like have one moving waypoint essentially per dimension. But I think that spot over there deserves a permanent waypoint, right? It probably does. You know, I gotta say, it would probably be more efficient to have the rocket spell and use an elytra. The problem with that is that an elytra uses durability and I'd have to fix it regularly. I mean, yeah, I can fix it with mending, but still, I would have to fix it. Yoinking the magic leaves. I probably already have you. However, no harm in playing it safe. My flight spell, I'll show you in a second. It's what was it? Leap with like 3 amplifies and then a slow fall. Yeah, self, leap, amplify, 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 slow fall. Oh. Yeah, holding it down is an option. I see. I see, I see. Ow. Trident! Where? Give. Give. No. Sad. I'm pretty sure I have this already, but again, since I didn't have the leave, I'm playing it safe and grabbing the tree itself as well. Yeah, had it, but, you know. Better safe than sorry. Again, this is another biome with purple water, but this purple looks better than the pocket dimension purple. I think, at least. I think this is a better purple. Nope. A village. Let's make a quick pit stop. Really? Whoops! Sorry, didn't mean to hit you. I want to go for the spider. so I can sleep. Hope no iron golem saw that. Doesn't look like it. I'll take that. Again, maps have a good EMC value, so sure. Ooh, Podzol actually might also work, but I would prefer not to use Podzol. I would prefer to have actual grass. Again, Podzol is like an emergency solution. It looks like you wanted to generate a portal here, but oh, actually, did I come here before and steal it? Yeah, I think I came here before and stole it. Oh, that's why. Alright, ocean time. Okay. So next time I see land, I think it should be the Origin Island or the Mushroom Island. Slow the mana usage without the amplifiers. Yeah. That's fair. Slowing it down like that. I understand why you want me to remove it. I'll mess around with it a little bit later. See just how good it is. Hello. Don't mind me. Just grabbing that gold block. What do we have here? Fire charge, obsidian is always nice. Flint and steel. I mean, it's not the best, but I can help. I'll just take everything. I can always convert it into other stuff. Anyway, there's the Mushroom Island. An entirely safe area. I really don't need the kelp on me, though. Okay, now the Origin Island should be a little bit to the north, if I remember right. There is also an ocean monument here. That's why I named it Mushroom Ocean and not Mushroom Island. Yep, there it is. You can immediately tell it's an Origin Island due to the way the water color changes and everything. Oh yeah. Now this is home. Yeah, I do think we do need a waypoint here, right? Let me have a look over here, because, again, if I looked at the map correctly... Ah, okay, it's once again just the coast. Still! Oh, that is a big Mushroom Island. Yeah, I think I'll put the waystone here. what to name this. I'll just name it Origin Island. Even though I'm not exactly on the Origin Island, but still. And it's raining. The Origin of Rooms, which would have also made for a fine name, you're right. What is that? Red Mushroom Colony, advancement made! Oh! Oh my god, did I not make an advancement up until now? Also, that's an advancement that doesn't show... Why do some advancements not show up in the text box? Oh my god, I almost didn't make an advancement in today's stream. Also, apparently there's another new tab. There it is. Fungus Among Us. Shear a fully mature mushroom colony. To grow them like this, you'll need a very rich soil. There is a new tab! Young's Better Desert Temples does have new advancements as well. Interesting. There's like a chain of Origin Islands here, essentially. Home. Alright, actually, before I go, let me check. Rabbit. I'm gonna have to clean up in here. Okay. Let's put the stuff we found away. And we have to run a few tests now. Does lush grass work? If not, then the whole point of me looking for it and farming a stack, that was entirely pointless. And I'd rather it not be pointless. Oh, I actually had more Silk Touch. But it's only a golden tool, so... Mm-hmm. Let's see. For pendant, I don't think I need that on me. So that goes in here. Raven's feathers were in... Nope. In here. Yes. I should put all of this together to put it to the magic stuff. Because it is the magic stuff. There we go. What else? Okay, I can put all of this away. Okay, what else? da, da, da. Meat. This. I can go in here. I know I had coconut somewhere else, but that works. Okay, time for one final test before I wrap up the stream. I need to figure out if lush grass will work for the Waifu Hotel. Oh right, Rob, you only arrived after I left. You want to get a look at the Waifu Hotel, at what it's currently like? Again, it's still a work in progress. This is just here for building purposes, obviously. But it's getting there, slowly but surely. None of the rooms are done yet, obviously. It's just the corridors, and even there, the decorations are still missing. The main thing that is looking best right now is the lobby area. Still got this for Yuri. Hey, I might put one into Yuri's room, I don't know. If I feel like it. Anyway, let's test. Lush grass. No! Okay, fine, so I need origin grass. I know that for sure now. You know what? I'll farm a stack of origin grass before I end the stream. I think that's pretty reasonable to do. Let's put the lush grass away. I have 7 more origin grass in here as well. Actually, let's place those 7 before I go out farming. What am I building right now? I mean, is it good though? It's cheap, but it is chocolate, so it stands to reason that it might still be good. Cheap and good. Good. Yeah, I don't need a lot more to fill out what I currently have, but I am gonna extend more. Again, currently, the current capacity is 24 rooms. 24 will not be enough. But I had to cut it off somewhere just so I could get more progress done for the time being. Also, Rob, do you have any ideas as to what to put here? Again, I could do something similar to what I do here. Initially, I just thought I could just do, like, massive planters on either side. But then the corridor would become way too narrow. Like, you can imagine if you had this, like, on both sides and you had, like, a little bit more than 1 block of space to walk, that wouldn't be good. Then I thought about just putting paintings here, but just paintings seems a little bit bland as well, so... Yeah, any ideas as to what I could do for this corridor segment here? Because I don't know. Using lava as walls? That would just make it even more narrow. Oh no! Because this is partially Origin Island, there are actually mobs that can walk onto the Mushroom Island. Normally Mushroom Islands are entirely safe. This one isn't. Mushroom Island. How rare. Time to destroy it. And not entirely. Of course, the origin grass is gonna regrow, given enough time. I'm gonna try to be careful so it doesn't look entirely unnatural as I shave off some grass here. Could you stop that? I can't even farm a stack with this. How much durability does a gold hoe have if it can't even farm a stack of blocks? Actually insane how low that is. I thought even, I know gold has low durability, okay? But even so, I would have thought at least a stack would be manageable. It's fine. Yeah, no EMC on this stuff either. It is a little bit annoying. Again, I don't know much about what it would take to add, like, I don't know how EMC value is, like, added to blocks. I know for anything that's craftable, it's calculated, right? It calculates by checking, okay, what do the materials have that you need to craft this item. But I don't know, it must be somewhere in the item tags, right? It must be somewhere in the item tags where it assigns EMC value to the vanilla blocks. I haven't really fiddled around with it. I don't know what item tag it would be. I have made very, very bare bones basic mods in the past. I'm curious if I could make a mod just to add EMC values to a bunch of other blocks. But I'd have to figure out how EMC value works in the first place to do that. If I can figure out how it's written in the tags, I might be able to artificially add that tag to other blocks, maybe, but I'm not sure. That reminds me, I'm on a Mushroom Island. Where are the mushrooms? Have you seen any mushrooms? Wait, there's some gray dots over here. Let's check that out. That's just dolphins. Are there, like, no mushrooms here? Also, is that a mine shaft? It is. There's even a mine shaft here. But no mushrooms. That's very weird. Let me go back to the other Mushroom Island real quick and check. Go a bit higher so I hopefully don't get infected with mining fatigue. Okay, we have mushrooms here, which obviously means I have to try. Yes! There is a fungus waifu! Time to add you to the collection. Do I have... Hang on, let me check. Okay, I did already kill a regular mushroom. I do think it's weird that some advancements don't show up in the text box. But we did get an advancement earlier, and you saw. You saw it. And then a ton of dirt, farm it. That would, I guess that would be one way to get more. True. True, true. True, true, true. Very true. That is indeed true. True. Yes, true. I could probably do that. Let's see if I have another Silk Touch pig lying around. I do. It's heavily used, though. There's my Silk Touch mending pick, though, with efficiency 5 and unbreaking 3. And my debug stick. Oh, there's another iron pick with Silk Touch. Alright, fine, I'll grab the low durability one. I'm gonna place the origin grass real quick. Sadly requires commands. Well, I can't do that. Commands are disabled. Because no cheats. And also, hopefully this time, in fact, definitely this time, I won't forget to do my required task of AFKing. Anyway, that's the grass placed. It's definitely gonna liven this place up a bit. So I still need to add the seating areas at the ends of the corridors. I need to add plants into the actual planters that I just, you know, added. Wait, where did I had 7 more lying around. In some other chest, apparently. Anyway, doesn't matter. I'm gonna get in position. And then we're wrapping things up for the day. Now, I'm not sure when the next Minecraft stream will be. I think maybe next Tuesday if there isn't a Genshin update. If there's a Genshin update, I'll likely play that on Tuesday. But if not, you might be getting your next the next Minecraft stream on Tuesday of next week. Let me just get into the perfect position. There we go. And I'll just AFK here next time. As I do. Alright, gotta remember to make a backup after all is said and done too, and then we go. Follow script? I'll look into it, I'll look into it. Thank you for sending that, Rob. Now then, how about we find someone to raid real quick, huh? Are we sticking with Minecraft? I think we're sticking with Minecraft, right? So we're raiding Alex again. I don't see why not. Alright, one quick setup later and the raid is going out. I'm asleep, that is fair. But you know the drill. Channel points if you stick around. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining me today. We made good progress on the hotel. The corridors are essentially done. We just need to add some more furniture in there. And then we can get to work on the actual rooms of the Waifu Hotel. So, very fun that the project is actually proceeding quite smoothly. So, yeah. Ow. Bye, everyone. Thank you for joining me. And I'll see you next time. Till then, have a good one and goodbye. And of course, the usual thing that I always say and that you've probably heard a million times by now, that being, if you did enjoy this and you're watching this as a VOD after it's uploaded to YouTube, then your support has also been greatly appreciated. As, you know, Rob is already doing the thing, because I've said it so much. But yeah, if you want to catch me live in the future, Link down below to my Twitch. I stream there every Friday and Saturday, and sometimes other days of the week too, on a bit more of an irregular basis, though you can always check the Twitch schedule tab and you will see when I stream there, because I always try to keep that up to date. In any event,